There was a time when the idea of robots taking over was just a joke, a movie trope, something we'd laugh about over popcorn while watching sci-fi flicks.
Right.
But that old joke doesn't feel funny anymore because it's happening right now. Quietly, efficiently, and faster than anyone could have imagined. In the heart of China, the mechanical revolution isn't coming. It's already here. If you blink, you might miss just how fast it's unfolding. Factories that once echoed with the rhythm of human hands now hum with the precise, tireless movements of machines. Over 2 million robots, yes, million, are already working real jobs in real factories across China. A decade ago, that number was almost zero. Today there are nearly 500 robots for every 10,000 workers, the highest concentration on Earth. And what's happening inside those facilities isn't just automation, it's evolution. It's a line between human and machine labor is blurring, and with it, the very definition of what it means to work. But the numbers only tell half the story. The other half, the truly mind-bending part, is what these new humanoid robots can actually do. Take the Unitree G1, for instance. A robot built not just to mimic human movement, but to master it. You might have seen the viral videos, engineers kicking it, shoving it, trying to throw it off balance, but it refuses to fall. It bends, sways, stabilizes, and continues as if to say, "Is that all you've got?" Watching the G1 move is like watching life itself being coded into metal. Its balance system, what developers call anti-gravity mode, isn't real anti-gravity, but it sure feels like it. Sensors anticipate motion, gyros adjust instantly, and its digital brain predicts force before it even arrives. When you watch it recover from a blow, it's almost instinctive, like a martial artist caught mid-kick who regains composure without missing a beat. That price tag changes everything. Because 10 years ago, a humanoid like this would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars if it existed at all. Now, universities, startups, and even mid-sized factories can buy one. The democratization of robotics has begun, and with it, an explosion of experimentation. From AI labs to industrial plants, people are no longer asking what can robots do. They're asking what can't they? And that's where things start to get eerie, because not all of China's advancements are about power and precision. Some are about emotion, or at least the illusion of it. Meet Headform's ELF series, humanoid heads designed to look and feel unsettlingly human. With 30 degrees of micro-movement, silent servo motors, and ultra-realistic silicone skin, these robotic faces can raise an eyebrow, smirk, or narrow their eyes with a subtlety that'll make your skin crawl. When you speak to one, it looks at you, really looks at you, tilting its head, reacting with micro-smiles or empathetic nods. You know it's not alive, but your brain betrays you. Start to feel something, a flicker of connection, even empathy. Headform ISNT building these robots to scare you, they rebuilding them to understand you. Their AI models read voice tone, emotional cues, even facial expressions in real time. And when they respond, it's not scripted, it's reactive. This kind of emotional intelligence, once considered uniquely human, is now being programmed into machines. And while that sounds incredible, it also raises a haunting question. If a robot can mimic emotion perfectly, how long before we stop noticing the difference? But the most revolutionary development isn't about faces, it's about minds. A Chinese startup called Skill Artificial Intelligence has created what they call a universal robot brain. Imagine one single AI capable of controlling any kind of robot, humanoid, drone, robotic dog, or factory arm. This AI doesn't just operate the machine, it learns the body it inhabits. It's trained on simulations of over 100,000 robot designs, which means it can adapt instantly, no matter what form it takes. In one demo, engineers cut the legs off a robotic dog, and it still moved. The AI simply adjusted its gait, dragging itself forward with new logic written in real time. No reprogramming, no human correction. It just adapted. That moment wasn't a malfunction. It was a glimpse into something new. Robotic survival instinct. That might sound dramatic, but think about it. These aren't just tools anymore. They're autonomous systems capable of learning, improvising, and persevering under stress. In disaster zones, that means rescue bots that keep working even when damaged. In space exploration, that means rovers that can adapt to terrain failures without waiting for commands from Earth. And in military terms, Well, that's where the conversation gets even darker. Because China's robotics boom isn't happening in isolation. It's part of a national strategy, a coordinated push to dominate the next industrial era. Over the past 5 years, their robotics market has grown 30% year over year. Fueled by AI integration, semiconductor development, and government-backed innovation zones, these machines aren't just being built, they're being deployed at scale. Entire car factories now run almost entirely on automation. One truck plant, for instance, can produce a fully assembled vehicle every 15 minutes from frame to final inspection. That's not science fiction, that's real, and it's happening today. And it's not just about replacing humans, it's about redefining how humans and machines work together. In many Chinese plants, workers no longer build cars, they build and train the robots that do. This new collaboration between man and machine is birthing a new kind of worker, the technician-engineer hybrid. A human who doesn't hammer metal but designs intelligence. The future factory isn't a place of sweat and sparks anymore. It's a cathedral of quiet precision, humans and robots moving in harmony, each completing the other's rhythm. But as with all revolutions, there's a shadow side. What happens when machines not only work better, faster, and longer, but start to think for themselves? When the physical and cognitive limits that once defined humanity are surpassed by something we built with our own hands? It's easy to get lost in the excitement, but harder to ignore the unease. Because for every advancement that brings convenience, there's one that challenges control. It's where biomimetic robotics machines, designed to move like living creatures, enter the picture. Companies like Clone Robotics are creating androids powered by synthetic muscles that stretch, contract, and flex like ours. Their prototypes don't just move, they perform. Watching them is unsettling. They twitch, tilt, and breathe with movements so fluid you forget they're machines. Meanwhile, Fourier Intelligence's N1 humanoid is pushing the limits of mechanical athleticism. This robot doesn't just walk. It flips, spins, and even performs acrobatics midair. Watching it leap into a perfect somersault feels like witnessing evolution on fast forward. It's a stunning blend of AI control, advanced hydraulics, and human-like flexibility that feels almost alive. And yet, underneath the applause and viral videos, there's a whisper, a question nobody really wants to ask. Where does this end? Because every leap forward in robotics is also a step toward dependency. As these machines grow more capable, humans risk becoming the supporting cast in their own story. The new industrial revolution, isn't about replacing humans outright, not yet, but about changing what we are, what we value, how we define intelligence, labor, even consciousness. Think about it. A single robot can now process data faster than a team of engineers, execute tasks with microscopic precision, and learn from every mistake instantly. Machines don't need rest, motivation, or wages. They don't strike, they don't demand, they just perform. For a nation driven by growth and efficiency, that's an irresistible promise. But for the rest of the world watching this unfold, it's a warning. We're witnessing a moment that could redefine global power structures. In the 20th century, whoever controlled oil controlled the world. In the 21st, it's data and automation. And right now, China is positioning itself as the undisputed leader of that new order. While Western countries debate ethics and regulation, China is building faster, cheaper, smarter. That's not to say the West isn't innovating. Boston Dynamics, Tesla, and Figure AI are all pushing boundaries. But China's approach, centralized, coordinated, and aggressive, is what's accelerating this race. It's not about one company. It's about an entire nation moving with a single purpose, to own the future of intelligent machines. And maybe that's what's most haunting. The future we once dreamed about of robots that help us, think with us, even feel with us, is here. But it didn't come with the fanfare of flying cars or utopian cities. It came quietly, through factory floors, assembly lines, and silicon chips. The robots we feared would one day rise didn't need to rebel. We invited them in, trained them, taught them, gave them our gestures, our voices, our faces, and now they're learning faster than we ever did.